Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build and another episode of Curb Appeal, the series on my channel where I attempt to recreate homes in The Sims 4 to the best of my ability. So if you guys have a home you would like to suggest to me for me to recreate, please feel free to DM it to me on Instagram or Twitter or tag me in the photo and I will take a look at it and maybe include it in a future episode of Curb Appeal. But please know that I get a ton of requests on a daily basis, so don't be too sad if I don't end up recreating your photo. I just get so many requests that there'd just be no way that I could possibly do every single one. If I did, I would probably be building for like the rest of my life. But I do appreciate so much every single suggestion that you guys give me and every little piece of inspiration. I do take it into account. I read all of your DMs regardless. So thank you so much for always giving me such great inspiration and for supporting the series over the past few years. I feel like Curb Appeal has really helped me become a better builder. And that was really the intention with Curb Appeal, is just to teach people how to build and help them like use reference photos to improve their building skills. And I know that it's helped me a lot over the years and I've definitely improved because of it. So thank you guys so much for all of the support with this series. It's been like a really successful series on my channel too. So definitely give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more episodes of Curb Appeal and if you want to see me continue doing this series in 2022. Yeah, give me a thumbs up so I know that it's something that you guys still like seeing. Also, I'm just going to be straight up. It's like midnight right now and I have recorded this voiceover probably like 10 times and I've only ever gotten like 5 minutes into the voiceover, and the reason is I'm in like one of my weird like perfectionist moods. I don't know if you're like a perfectionist, you might relate to this, but I've just been in one of those perfectionist moods where if I make one mistake in my words, like I stutter once or like slip up and pronounce something wrong once, I just feel like I've ruined the whole voiceover and I have to delete it and start all over again. I don't know if anybody else can relate to that or not, or if it's just me, but sometimes I just have this weird like perfectionist mindset where I think that it has to be literally perfect on the first take. And like obviously I can edit things out in the voiceover, but today I'm just in one of the moods, you guys. So I don't know, sometimes that happens to me where like I would have that happen to me even in school, where I would be writing my notes with a pen, not a pencil. And like if you're a perfectionist, you know when you were a kid you had to have pencil and eraser. You could not write with pen because you can't erase pen. So sometimes I'd write with pen, and if I would make one mistake on the paper, I would have to like redo the entire page of notes. Like it was over. So I feel like looking back, this has been something that I've been dealing with ever since I was a kid. Let me know, honestly, if you guys experience that as well. Like if that's like a common perfectionist thing. I don't know if it's like OCD. I'm not really sure. But yeah, bottom line, I've been trying to do this voiceover for like an hour because I'll get 6 minutes in and then I'll mess up a word and then I'll just delete the whole thing. So I'm just putting that out there so we can be like, if I mess up, just, you know, we're going to keep going, okay? We're going to keep going and we're going to accept it. So thank you for bearing with me. But anyways, I just needed to get that off my chest, honestly. But anyways, today's house is this really beautiful one. It's a house that I don't think I've done a house in the shape before. It's definitely more on the traditional side, and even like down to the shape and the silhouette and the roof is completely different than what I usually do. I mean, the only thing that I will say is the same is the color scheme. Let's be real here. Black windows, black door with a white, you know, paint color. That's obviously very Dr. Ashley, but I don't think I've done a silhouette like this. It's definitely a little bit flatter, more simple, a little bit more boxy. Again, the roof pieces are a little bit different. Usually I go for the clear gabled roof pieces with lots of peaks, and it looks more like a craftsman style, farmhouse style. This one is definitely, the roof looks a little bit different. So the description of this one says, this is a farmhouse that blends traditional architectural forms with contemporary styling to create a home that gets all of the details right, which I would agree. It definitely looks more traditional, but it looks new. It looks modern. It's a modern twist. I feel like you would see these homes maybe in your neighborhood and they'd be a bit on the older side, clearly from, many decades ago, but this one has that modern twist with the crisp white exterior and those big black windows, which I love. I love like putting black framed windows on a pure white canvas. It just looks really, really great. I want to take this short break to thank the sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit that makes cooking at home fun, easy, and affordable. Now, if you are a frequent viewer of my Twitch streams, then you are probably smiling and cheering right now because you know that I am a longtime user of HelloFresh and you guys often help me choose which meal to make. So when HelloFresh reached out and asked to send me a box to try, I was like, actually, that's not necessary because I already have my next 4 weeks of HelloFresh meals picked out and ready to go. My favorite part about HelloFresh is how much time it saves. Between my full-time office job, streaming on Twitch, and doing YouTube, I feel like I never have any free time. And when I do have free time, the last thing I want to do is spend ages making a grocery list. With HelloFresh, I can pick all my meals for the week ahead of time and then get fresh, pre-measured ingredients delivered right to my door, which means no time wasted making lists or being at the grocery store. And when it comes to the actual cooking, most of the recipes take 30 minutes or less, and sometimes they even have the onions already cut up perfectly, so I don't even have to get out a cutting board or cry from cutting the onions. The other great thing is HelloFresh can help you eat more sustainably. We've all been there before when we buy like one too many carrots and it sits in your fridge and you don't know what to do with it, so it goes to waste. HelloFresh gives you the exact portion of ingredients for each meal, which means there is no food wasted. It's perfect for burger recipes because the grocery store sells burger buns in packs of 8, but I only need 2. Like, what am I going to do with 8 buns? HelloFresh gives me the exact number of buns. It's genius. Also, I love cooking, but I always just end up cooking the same thing over and over again. HelloFresh recipes are so yummy and have helped me to expand my recipe ideas. They even have carb smart, pescatarian, and vegetarian options. I love choosing the recipes with Beyond Meat because it's something that I wouldn't know how to cook by myself, but because I have the recipe, I'm able to make something new and delicious. If you want to try HelloFresh, use my link in the description or go to hellofresh.com and use code POGDocAshley16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts across 6 HelloFresh boxes plus free shipping. Gifts include free appetizers, free desserts, and free premium recipes. Link in the description. Can't wait to see what you guys make. My favorite thing is at the back of the home. Oh my goodness. We have this big, huge, spacious veranda back here. Now this has got to be one of my favorite backs of the home that I've ever done, which is weird because you usually don't love the back. Like, who really cares about the back? Well, today we are caring about the back, baby. It's just so dimensional. I like how it's very asymmetrical. We have that massive veranda, like I said, that comes out. I end up putting a big barbecue section, of course, a huge lounge with an outdoor fireplace, and also a dining area, and we also end up putting a pool as well. So it just has everything. It's just a very interesting and homey and classic looking home that I love. And of course, I had to decorate the exterior with tons of these vines that go up the side of the home. I feel like when you're working with these clean and minimalistic silhouettes that are a little bit more boxy and maybe kind of plain, you can really dress it up with these vines and add some greenery and add some color and texture to the outside. You don't always have to add texture with bump outs and different textured paneling. I love adding texture to the exterior with greenery. I think it just looks really pretty and very elegant, and I don't know, maybe in real life it'd be like, oh no, there's ivy going up the house, it's gonna, crumble the wall or something, but in The Sims, it looks really pretty, I think. I remember actually in my old home, it's one of my childhood homes, there was I think it was like ivy that was growing up the wall on the exterior, and we had like stucco on the outside, and it was growing kind of on the outside, on the side of the home near like the chimney, I guess. And then we tried to like pull some of it down, and then I think we ended up having to like burn it down or something like that. I don't really remember. I just remember like listening in on the conversations with my mom and dad and like the, I don't know, the contractor or whatever, and they had to come up with some plan to like get the ivy off of the wall. So I'm not sure if like vines and ivy on the outside of the wall is bad or not. Let me know if you guys like know about that stuff in the comments. But I remember it was like a big thing. We had to like burn the ivy off of the side of our home. So, and then it left like this kind of marking because obviously like the sun had bleached the paint a little bit, but the ivy had like blocked the sun from bleaching the paint over the years. So it was kind of cool. There was like this outline of where it used to be, but I'm pretty sure we painted over it anyways. I think we painted over the whole exterior. Maybe that's why we had to do it. I can't really remember, but yeah, let me know if vines and ivy on the outside of a house is good or not. But here you can see we are still decorating with more ivy, and I did a nice big pool at the back. We have a jacuzzi as well, some lounge chairs, and I did end up going for the Journey to Batu tiles on the outside. I really can't escape the Journey to Batu tiles. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's something about the fact that everyone doesn't like Journey to Batu that just makes it come to the forefront of my brain. It's like reverse psychology, you know? It's because everyone doesn't like it that you start thinking about it more and then you end up using it more. I don't know, maybe that's kind of messed up, but honestly, as much hate as Journey to Batu gets, that nice like hexagonal tiling is great for outsides. It just looks so nice and simple, and it looks pretty luxurious, honestly. I really like the dark shade of it too. So yeah, I mean, quite honestly, if you're a builder anyways, it shouldn't really matter if Journey to Batu has bad gameplay, because let's be honest, us builders, we were never going to play the Star Wars game pack anyways. We were only ever interested in the build items. So like, we can get over that, I feel like. But yeah, the tile is quite nice. But here you can see we are onto the interior, and I have been kind of into doing 2-story homes lately. You guys know that I love my 1-story homes. I love them. I do, because they're easy to play in, they're easy to furnish, and they just look really pretty. But I've been loving doing 2-story homes and doing like a cutout from the second floor onto the main floor, so you can like see over the second floor into the downstairs. I really love that look. I think that it looks very luxurious. It just looks very modern. It makes everything feel, I think it feels luxurious because it implies that you have like really high ceilings in one part of the home. So I did it in my last build as well. I did this Newport Beach kind of huge mansion, kind of like a holiday home, and I also had this massive cutout from the upstairs to the downstairs. It was like very dramatic, and I just feel like it feels so fun and fresh and open, and I love open concept things. But here you can see I'm doing the kitchen, and I'm actually doing this cool trick, so I want to talk about it. But I took the island living counters, and I took the cutting board, and the cutting board is like a wall decoration. I think it's from either Cool Kitchen stuff or Parenthood. I believe it's from Cool Kitchen stuff. But I took the cutting board. It's usually meant for a wall, but I sized it up by 1, and it actually fits underneath the island living counters perfectly to give it more of that seamless modern look. So usually the island living counters have that kind of like rattan or some sort of pattern underneath it, which can make it look kind of more islandy and less modern and sleek. But I really love the waterfall edge of the island living counters. So using the cutting board decoration, you can cover it up pretty much perfectly. So you just hold down the Alt key to place it freely, and then just position it where you need to be. So I really like the look of it, and I think it's really fun. I don't know, I didn't even find that trick from someone else. I honestly just like made it up on the spot, so I'm very proud of myself there. But I will say that this kitchen gave me a lot of trouble. I just had like, honestly, I had like a kitchen meltdown, if I'm going to be honest. I just was in this mindset where I didn't like anything I was doing, and I was starting to get like really stressed out about it. I don't know, I just like put a lot of pressure on myself to like do something different and like try different color schemes and just go out of my comfort zone because I said I was going to this year, and I just wasn't liking anything. And I ended up going for like a dark kitchen at first. And watching it back, I actually kind of like the dark kitchen, like with this dark dramatic backsplash. Like it looks good, doesn't it? But, and I kind of wish, in a way, I kind of wish I kept it. But at the time, I was thinking that this kind of dark, like moody kitchen, it didn't match the exterior. So I was just really hung up on the fact that I didn't feel like it matched the exterior vibe. Like maybe if this were like more of a modern exterior, I would have liked it, but I just didn't feel like it matched the exterior, and I was really caught up on that for whatever reason. I was also building this at like midnight as well, so maybe I had that weird perfectionist brain going on. But yeah, I kind of like how it's looking right now, but I end up actually changing it to like a really bright interior. So that might be a little bit too typical Dr. Ashley, but it was what I was feeling at the time. So that's what it is, and we're gonna live with it. But at least you got to see it with this nice dark blue backsplash. I feel like now I have to do like an apartment, like maybe like a modern apartment. I would love to do this dark blue or a dark green backsplash with these brown kind of cabinets and stuff. I would definitely try that in another build. So I'll have to revisit this color scheme, but unfortunately I'm going to be erasing it very shortly. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked the dark blue or not, and if I should try and do that in another like interior decorating in another build, or if you're happy to what I'm changing it to now, because I still like how it turns out. It's very bright, and I think I was going for something a little bit brighter. So I don't know, you guys. I just remember having like a meltdown about it. So yep, that's how we're going. But anyways, how are you guys doing? I'd love to know what you guys think about the exterior and the build so far, and let me know how you're doing in general. Give me a rating out of 10, 10 being you're doing fantastic, you're thriving, you're reaching your goals, you're happy, you're healthy, you're everything, 0 being you're like not doing so great. So let me know. I'd love to check in with you guys. You don't even have to give an explanation if you don't want to. Just give a number, and then we can check in a couple weeks in the comments section in another video, and hopefully it improved a little bit. But I would say I'm about I think honestly, you guys, I'm about like a 5 or a 6. If you guys were keeping up with me last year a little bit, my team at work was like super short staffed for like the entire year of 2021. My team was short staffed, and I was working so much overtime, unpaid overtime for that matter. And we finally got our team to a point where we are fully staffed again. We're missing like 1 employee, but our team has like 15 people. So having like 1 person down when you have 15 isn't as bad as when you need 15 and you only had like 7 people, So we were at like 50% before. Now we're at like 99% capacity. So we're fine. But just as things were starting to get, stable, my boss resigned. So yeah, the timing is just impeccable, right? But to be honest, I do like acknowledge that he decided to resign after he hired and filled the team. So that's good. Like if he had left during the short staffedness, I probably would have had to quit. Like that would have been over. But he fully staffed the team and then resigned. So that was kind of nice of him, I guess. But it just means that there's going to be, a little bit more of a shakeup. We're going to have to get new management and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. I'm also like the most senior member on my team. So there is a little bit of pressure there to have to like step up in his place in the interim while we're finding a new manager. I personally don't want to go for the manager position, although I probably could, because I'm like next in line, but I kind of want to focus a lot of my efforts onto my YouTube channel this year and be a little bit more consistent. I also am going to be uploading and releasing a podcast this year, as I've mentioned before. I'll have all of those links for the podcast, by the way, linked in the description, so you can go keep up with that for when I've dropped my first episode. But yeah, I honestly just want to find a little bit more balance in like my other hobbies, and I feel like if I decided to take another like job advancement into something like management, then I would lose my extra time to do these hobbies that I really enjoy. So yeah, it's kind of tough, you guys. It's kind of tough. So that's kind of where I'm at in terms of my work and my career and my life. So I'd love to hear what you guys think of my situation, and if you guys are in a similar situation or just how you guys are doing. Rate it out of 10. Let me know, and hopefully we can cheer each other up or cheer each other on in the comments section. And yeah, I just want to check in with you guys because I feel like you guys hear all about me, but I need to hear about you, okay? But here you can see for the downstairs, we're pretty much done the entire downstairs. It's very open concept as usual. I also added in this kind of like open office area. So I used the Moschino windows on the inside to create like this cool like farmhouse looking office area. It's very open, there's no door, so it's definitely not the type of office that you can, shut yourself off and focus. You're open, but I think the house is big enough that you can have privacy in there. Like, it's not like many people will be hanging out in the hallway, so I feel like it's still private enough. I also added a nice big piano. I wanted to add the piano like underneath the part where the cutout was, so that the acoustics, like the piano could just like, the sound could travel up to the high ceiling. So yeah, they'll have really good acoustics in this house. So that'll either be really annoying or really nice. So we'll see. And then, yeah, I'm just doing the bathroom here, and we have a nice little seating area. So overall, downstairs, very typical Dr. Ashley open concept floor plan. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how the kitchen, like what you think of the kitchen after I made that big change with the color scheme. But here we are on to the big patio veranda section. So I really, really love this area. I think that having a huge patio like this would be a dream in real life, and I feel like it's so hard to get a space like this that has a covered patio. At least in my city, it'd be pretty difficult. Maybe it's more common elsewhere, let me know. But I also ended up putting like a skylight with the little glass roof. So I think that's really nice. So it's good. It's all weather. If it's raining, you can still enjoy the patio. I think that's the big luxury, is having a patio that you can use all year round. Because in Canada, it rains a lot. So we can't have really nice patios because it's just going to be raining all the time. So I also really love the long barbecue area, and I went for a more neutral color scheme here. Usually I go for like a black modern patio set. Like, I'll use the black wicker chairs and the black barbecue, but this time I went for the beige, and I've never gone for the beige before. So I think that it looks really cute, and it's a nice contrast against the kind of darker exterior with like the dark windows and stuff, and it makes it feel a little bit more open. But here we are on the upstairs, and we have 3 bedrooms here. So it's a 3-bedroom home. I have a primary bedroom for, I guess, the parents, and then I have a kid's bedroom or a teen bedroom here for one kid, and then I have the last room, the 3rd room, is for 2 toddlers. So you can fit a family of 5 here, which I think is pretty good considering the upper floor plan isn't super large. So I think it's a pretty modest size home. Oh, I also put this in Willow Creek. I'm not sure if I mentioned that yet, but it's on the Brook Bungalow lot in Willow Creek. I've been slowly but surely working towards furnishing or like building a save file. I feel like I'm gonna start with Willow Creek, and forgive me because I've said for like years that I'm gonna make a save file, and then I pretty much never get around to it. And I feel like it's not the houses, you guys. It's not the houses, it's the community lots. I need to do more like cafes and gyms and libraries and museums and nightclubs and stuff like that. That's where I'm really struggling, because I do mostly houses. So I'm going to try and make an effort to do more like cafes and stuff like that, so I can actually do a save file. So yeah, and it's also, again, back to my like perfectionist mind, where like in my eyes, I'm always improving my building. So like if I'm going to use a build from last year in my save file, all of a sudden in my brain, that build isn't good enough anymore. So I need to redo it. And because I feel like I'm constantly improving, it's like I can always make the save file better, and I can always make my houses better, and then eventually nothing's good enough anymore. So I need to like make a strategic plan of like what I'm actually gonna do. I think I'm gonna start with Willow Creek because it's nice and basic, or even Newcrest. And I also did a cafe build for Newcrest on my stream the other day. So I think I'm gonna do a lot of community lots from now on. So stay tuned for more of those, and let me know down below what kind of community lots you want me to do, like gyms or like restaurants, or what do you guys use the most in your game, so I can prioritize those ones. And yeah, I'd love to hear like what you guys like, because I really know nothing when it comes to community lots. I'm clueless, but I do really love the cafe that I built. But yeah, you're gonna see the cafe speed build soon, like in a couple weeks, so just stay tuned. But anyways, here you can see I am working on the master bedroom. So I actually really love the fact that I use like black furniture in here. Usually I do not go for black furniture because it can just make a space feel kind of small. And, you know, usually I would like to go for something a little bit more fun or neutral or brighter. But I use the black dresser from Cottage Living and Cats and Dogs, and I think it just looks really beautiful. It looks like still modern because it's painted black, but it also just like, I don't know, it really grounds the space. So I feel like I'm gonna try and incorporate more black furniture into my building soon, because it could be a new thing. It could be a new thing. Also, I've been focusing a lot more on bathrooms lately, so that's some good character development right there, you guys. But yeah, anyways, the build should almost be done. I'm just adding a few like finishing touches from the debug menu, like some fencing, and then also like a car in the driveway just to make it look a little bit more realistic, and some more flowers and stuff. But I really love the driveway. By using like terrain tools, you can like raise it so the driveway like looks like seamless, but it's actually on like a little hill, if you know what I mean. But yeah, anyways, the build should be done and the screenshots should be rolling. Thank goodness I made it to the end of this voiceover. I know I might have made some mistakes here and there, but I'm just happy that I got to share this build with you guys and give you some updates on my life, and I hope to hear some updates from you guys as well. Also, don't forget to try out HelloFresh and click the link in my description, or use my code when you check out. I personally stand by HelloFresh and I love their food. So if you have been thinking about trying it but you weren't sure, this is your chance. It's such a great deal. You get so many free meals, so you might as well give it a try, and trust me, you are going to love it. I was on the fence too because I already cook for myself, so I didn't think I needed it, and it was great and I still use it. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, do please give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below what you thought about it, and rate my recreation out of 10. How close did I get it to the photo? And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends, or if you want to see more Sims 4 videos. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye everybody.